Brandon Verbeek in the 4B with the 1R. Cade Richards to his outside. Row 3, the 40 is Sean Harker with the 81. Mike Densberger to his outside. The 30, Jordan Grabowski rounding out your order.
Wow, this one's going to be fun.
Grabowski won he's one of the top of the points right now. Finished second in the point standings. As we go green flag racing. Yeah, we got some good cars all the way through this one. Look out, they're all on the binders though. Sample got crossed up. He's got Stack and Harker tied up. It looks like a left front flat on Stack's 13K machine as he is stopped in turn 2.
Caution comes out.
He's got a flat tire, but he's got more suspension issues on that than anything. By the way, I'm going to keep a stat of that the rest of the year to see how many we can get for the end of the year. We got 2 tonight.
I think that's a good idea.
What's our over-under by over 100 by the end of the year? Set to go back, green flag racing. Richards runs right through the center. Look at the 1R. He'll grab the early lead in this one. Verbeek trying to hold off some tough customers behind him. Here comes Mike Densberger to the outside, the 81. On the move. Densberger, your defending track champion, up to second. Meanwhile, Sean Harker in that 40 machine. Of course, Harker, your defending Sport Mod track champion, first here in a modified. Catfish to the bottom side. He'll try to get around for Beak. Not quite going to have enough. Cade Richards, your leader. Mike Densberger, second. Harker still working that bottom side to his liking, and he'll move up to third. Verbeek back to fourth. Grabowski rounding out your top 5. Grabowski pushing a tight race car off of fourth. Sample rounding out your order. Everyone works the high line off of turn number 2 that time. Cade Richards working the bottom line of 3 and 4. Densberger starting to reel in. Cade Richards, that time by Richards was about 1/10 of a second faster than Densberger, as now Grabowski looks to the inside of Verbeek. Oh, Richards pushes up the speedway. Eagle Raceway, you've got a new leader, Mike Densberger. Cade Richards, all of a sudden that car took a hard push to the wall. Couldn't quite get it turned. He's still having some battling issues trying to get that car to turn left. Densberger, your leader. Richards still holding on to second. Harker third. Verbeek holding off Grabo. Here goes Jordan to the inside one more time. Meanwhile, Harker all over Cade Richards and put the Shark up to second. Richards battles back to the inside. Not quite going to have enough, though. 4 laps to go. Jordan Grabowski now moves up into fourth. Verbeek back to fifth. Ryan Sample rounds out your order. But up front, Mike Densberger enjoying a comfortable lead over 1.6 seconds. The differential is last time by with 2 to go. We'll see what it is this time. It's up to 1.8 seconds. So he's starting to extend it as now Harker jumps the cushion. Here comes Richards right back to the inside. Side by side for second we go. But the white flag is out for your defending track champion. Meanwhile, Grabowski starting to reel in that battle for second. Here comes Grabo to the inside of Richards. But down the back straightaway into 3 and 4, one final time. Picking up the heat win, it'll be Mike Densberger. Sean Harker second. Grabowski's gonna come home third. Richards, Verbeek, and Sample to round out your order.
Wow, Richards was looking really good there, and then he picked up a really hard push and could not keep it down, keep the power in it.
So picking up the heat race win, how about it for your defending track champion, the 81, Mike Densberger?
Your opening night winner, the 96J, Johnny Sadoff.
And James, quick mention, of course, our friends at Advantage Racing TV live on Facebook right now. So if you're watching live on Facebook, head on over to eagleraceway.tv. Check out all the racing action. We've still got modified heats and sprint car heats coming up next. Back to you, James.
Absolutely, sir. Great to see what eagleraceway.tv and Advantage Racing TV are doing for the racing community and race fans watching on Facebook and here at the track. Get ready for an exciting one as we've got a 3-wide battle for the lead. Terry Hurt's going to hang on to it right now. Trevor Baker throwing his hat into the mix on the low side. Jackson Sadoff sitting in that 3rd spot as you've got a great battle. Holman looking for that 4th spot off of corner number 2. He's going to have the advantage down the back straightaway. As Terry Hurt begins to check out on the field, Trevor Baker second, Jackson Sadoff in third with a hard charging Terry Hurt looking at his left rear quarter. Down the back straightaway, Jackson looking for a little bit more on the low side of 3, a little bit of loving with Trevor Baker in the 25. Give the spot to Baker. Johnny Sadoff also looking for a spot in this dance, but right now your top 4 remain the same. Right as I say that, Jackson Sadoff mounts a challenge on the high side on Baker down the back straightaway. Your battle is for second. Give the spot to Sadoff going into corner number 3. Terry Hurt out hanging, enjoying a sizable lead over Jackson Sadoff. Look out, Clint Holman. Here comes John Sadoff on the inside off of corner number 2. Holman holds on to the advantage, but Sadoff isn't done yet. Clint Holman taking the outside, looking for a way around Trevor Baker. Clint Holman seals the deal over Baker as Jackson Sadoff starting to mount a challenge for your leader, Terry Hurt. Terry had a sizable lead just a lap ago. Jackson Sadoff clicking off some fast laps as he looks for a piece. Here he comes on the outside, Jackson Sadoff. Who's going to have him off of corner number 4? We're halfway home with all this excitement. Sadoff with the slider. He's going to take the lead down the back straightaway from Terry Hurt. Caden Murray's got the white flag in hand. One more to go in this heat race. Jackson Sadoff, Terry Hurt, Clint Holman, Johnny the Jet Sadoff has made it into that 4th and final transfer spot. They're battling back there for 5th between Thompson and Baker as Caden Murray's got the checkered flag in hand for last week's feature winner, the Junior Jet, Jackson Sadoff. Terry Hurt gonna bring it home second, Clint Holman in 3rd, and Johnny the Jet Sadoff rounding out your top 4. Wow, what a heat race.
Wow, it's so fun. It's just so interesting how that track changes. Terry Hurt ran his best lap, lap number 4. He ran a 15.959, and Jackson Sadoff's best lap was actually his last lap. He ran a 15.835.
Row 3, it'll be the 5S Bob Zelbeck and the 8C Chad Anderson, and Terry Richards in the 6S will round out your order. Once again, if you love what you're seeing on Facebook Live with Advantage Racing TV, head on over to eagleraceway.tv to catch all the racing action at America's home track tonight. We still got your Twin Rivers Race Saver Sprint Car Heat races coming up next with some D's, C's, and B's, A features yet, all sorts of racing the rest of the evening here from Eagle Raceway as we are set to go as they come off of turn number 2. Rick Groff with the lead. 10 laps of distance here in your 3rd and final modified heat race as here comes Hyatt to the inside. The 21H moving to the front, side by side with Groff. Chad Anderson and the 8C pushed it a little too strong. Here comes Zelbeck. Shane Hyatt, your new leader. The 21H moves up to the top spot. Groff, in second. Zelbeck in 3rd. Anderson, Ziegenbein. Then it's Dieter Ding and Richards. Bob Zelbeck works the high line of 3 and 4. The cushion a little bit tricky for some of these guys here towards the end of these last few modified heat races as we've got one going around in turn number 3. That's Terry Richards in the 6S. Of course, Terry Richards jumping back into a modified. A longtime modified driver, jumped into the sprint cars for a number of years. Glad to see him back on a local basis in a modified and that 6S machine, but unfortunately, he is one and done here for the heat race. So we'll be back with him in tonight's B feature. So Shane Hyatt with the advantage in this one. Shane currently sitting 9th in the point standings after 2 nights. Bob Zelbeck right behind him. Rick Groff, Chad Anderson, Norm Ziegenbein, and Jared Dieterding. Final modified heat race of the night. And we are back to green flag racing. Good start off of turn number 2. Shane Hyatt with the lead, working the bottom line. He'll drift up. The diamond move by Zobek. He started up high, crossed it down underneath, gets a fantastic run. Now he's right to the back bumper, the 21H. Your race for the lead as they come off of turn 2. Zobek works the high line again in 3 of 4. Hyatt drifts up. Here comes the 5S right back to the inside one more time, but Hyatt just a little bit too strong coming off the corner. Track rail, he's starting to slick up right now. The cushion, the place to be. Hyatt, Zobek, Gropp, Anderson, Ziegenbein, and Dieterding, your order. Your top 2 putting on a show here with now 4 to go. As Zobek to the inside, Hyatt rips the lip, pulls away by about a car length and a half down the back stretch. Hyatt and Zobek right at the 16-second flat. And contact between Gropp and Anderson. Gropp goes around in turn 4. Side panel damage for Anderson as now Zobek was just about to take the lead, but Rick Gropp brings out the caution.
Man, I tell you what, Rick Gropp just can't seem to get a break this year. One of the nicest guys in the pit area, having one of the meanest starts to his season. I'm sure that V45 is going to pick it up and turn it around. Nice to see him getting it back under power and being able to continue.
Yeah, he had a tough break last Saturday. Of course, his front bumper was ripped completely underneath the car. They had to tow it off the track. Unfortunately, he had to go to B feature last week.
Yeah, pretty rare you see him sitting on the front stretch looking like they're on jack stands.
So Shane Hyatt was kind of bailed out with that caution as he jumped the cushion. Zobek was about to take the lead, but instead he has the advantage. Here comes Zobek one more time. Your race for the lead going into 3 of 4. Hyatt catfish to the bottom side, but it's Bob Zobek, your new leader. Right side sheet metal damage and all, not slowing down the 5S. Hyatt in second. Chad Anderson trying to close on those top 2 in that 8C machine. Meanwhile, Norm Ziegenbein in a transfer spot. Gropp trying to run him down as the white flag's out one more time around. Zobek will take him off at turn 2. He is starting to pull away in that 5S machine. Into 3 of 4, one final time, and your final ground pounder heat race goes to Bob Zobek. Shane Hyatt, Chad Anderson, and Norm Ziegenbein, your top 4 cars. Gropp and Dieterding to round out your order.
Zobek was on a rail those last couple of laps. His best time came at lap number 9, 15.666.
So how about it, race fans, as he goes to Demon Decals winner's circle? Give it up for Bob Zobek. One of the storylines coming into tonight's racing. Does anyone have anything for the last name not Sadoff? Can someone not named Sadoff win a feature here at Eagle Raceway through 2 weeks? It was Johnny the Jet picking it up in week 1. His son, the birthday boy a week ago, picked up the win last week, Jackson Sadoff.
Yes, sir, 20 years old. We're going to be able to teach him how to drink beer next year, but in the meantime, they set him up through turn 3 and turn 4. Terry Hurt and Norm Ziegenbein set the field as the green flag flies.
Terry Hurt works the bottom side of 1 and 2. Ziegenbein up high. Here comes Kate Richards to the inside. Shane Hyatt side by side with Grabowski. Field continuing to shake out. Excuse me, that's Jackson Sadoff to the outside of Hyatt. Lap number 1 goes to Terry Hurt, but here comes Ziegenbein.
Ziegenbein to the outside. Kate Richards to the low side. Looks like he's going to have a strong car going into corner number 3, but Terry Hurt's going to hang on to it through 3 and 4 this time.
Off of 4, look at the run for Norm Ziegenbein. Norm Ziegenbein, your new leader in that 1Z machine. Terry Hurt second, Kane Richards third, Jackson Sadoff. Oh, Ziegenbein got into the outside guardrail for a second. Here comes Hurt right back to the inside.
Terry Hurt going to lead that lap, but look at Norm Ziegenbein rally back from that tank slapper. Here he comes. Terry Hurt has the advantage in the middle of the track, but Norm Ziegenbein has a whole lot of horsepower off of that top side.
Off of turn 4, Ziegenbein still your leader. How about this? Your top 6 cars, 3 wide. How about it? 3 wide for the lead. Jackson Sadoff splits Hurt and Ziegenbein. Richards right there as well. Eagle Raceway, you've got a race for the lead. Harker into the outside guardrail. Sean Harker's going to bring out the caution.
tough break for Sean Harker, making the move up from the Sport Mods to the Modifieds this year.
So here we go, race fans, down to 16 laps left to remaining. Here in your ground pounders is Ziegenbein setting the pace. Single file restart as we come off of 4, and we're back green flag racing.
Ziegenbein, Hurt, Sadoff, Richards, all leading the charge going into corner 1. Terry Hurt's going to hang on to the low side. Down the back straightaway. You've got a good battle for your top 4 spots. Terry Hurt really liking that low side. Norm Ziegenbein and that open motor power just strong down the straightaways. Look at Cade Richards making that low line work, and we've got another dancer moving up in Jackson Sadoff.
Terry Hurt, your new leader. Look at Sadoff throwing the middle line. Grabowski and Hyatt try and get into the mix. How about it? 6 cars going at it as we've got one going around. That's Kevin Stack.
Got word from the tech area, guys. All of the sport mods and all of the hobby stocks passed tech tonight.
Well, there we go. So they are official. Man, this is a tough break, seeing all these cautions, because holy cow, when we come back to green flag, those top 6, 7 cars are absolutely going at it right now. Can Norm Ziegenbein hold on for the win with 15 laps still to go?
Definitely anybody's guess as they form up down the backstretch into 3 and 4. They are going to light the fire on this one. We have got 15 to go. Let's see who can get it done in your Nebraska Lottery IMCA Modifieds. They thunder into turn 1 and 2. Norm Ziegenbein has a strong run.
Ziegenbein with the advantage. Hurt right there. Look at Grabo. He'll try the slide jump. Sadoff tries to put the hammer down, but Grabowski's going to pick up 2 or 3 spots, and they're going to go 3 wide for lead, going through 1 and 2. Here comes Grabo.
How about this one, race fans? Once again, we sold you the whole seat. You're only going to need the edge of it. Look at Jordan Grabowski. Battle for the lead. Norm Ziegenbein, Jordan Grabowski, neck and neck down the front straightaway. Give the advantage to Grabowski off of 2. Here comes a hard charging Terry Hurt. Cade Richards and Jackson Sadoff through 3 and 4. Hang on to it, Norm. 4 wide down the front stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to come home with this 2nd spot? Right now, give it to Jackson Sadoff, but another young gun to the inside. Cade Richards looking for 2nd.
Jordan Grabowski want to run. He is absolutely checked down. Jackson Sadoff now up into 2nd. Cade Richards right there as well. You don't see very many racetracks go 4 wide as we've got one going around, or with caution, at least we got debris.
Wow. Right as we had a battle for 2nd through 9th.
Oh, that came off of Ziegenbein's car.
So
they're sending Norm
Oh,
Ziegenbein to the back of the field.
Tough break for the 1Z machine. I believe you've just experienced your first announcer's curse.
I hate to see that, but
Absolutely.
sorry, Norm. You can blame me for that.
Well, we're back to green flag racing as Grabowski will lead him into 1.
Jordan Grabowski with the advantage. Cade Richards wants that 2nd spot, but Jackson Sadoff making that high line work. Is he going to have anything for the 30 machine? Through 3 and 4, Jackson Sadoff with a strong run, but Grabo's going to hold on to it that time by.
Meanwhile, Mike Densberger trying to make his way through the pack. He'll go to the outside of Shane Hyatt. Meanwhile, tell you what, Johnny the Jet's starting to make his way through the pack of the 96J. He's in the top 10. Now Clint Holman rocking the top side of 3 and 4, trying to get around Cade Richards.
How about that 27 machine charging up through the field? He's got a strong run down the front straightaway. Who's going to have it? Give the spot to Clint Holman, at least for the time being.
Jordan Grabowski still your leader as he is starting to pull away from Jackson Sadoff. Clint Holman, Cade Richards, now Mike Densberger into the top 5. Terry Hurt back to 6.
Oh, we got a spinner in between 3 and 4, guys.
Ryan Sample and also Kevin Stack going around in turn 4. That wipes away a 1-second lead for Jordan Grabowski. with 8 to go. We might probably go back to 9 laps maybe. We'll see what they decide to do. Each one of these classes is not disappointed, race fans. Could we have just as good of a finish to this one? Grabowski leads them to the green. Can Sadoff pick him off? We're back to green flag racing. Grabowski works the bottom side of 1 and 2. Jackson works the middle and drifts up to the top. Clint Holman holds down that 3rd spot. Cade Richards in 4th. Mike Densberger in 5th. Tell you what, Jackson Sadoff is not letting Grabowski loose just yet.
There's no way he's going to give up. Grabowski definitely with the advantage through 1 and 2. But Sadoff is determined to make that high line work.
Oh, he scrubbed off a little momentum there. He got a little crossed up, jumped the cushion. That'll let Grabowski pull away by over a second now. Meanwhile, Clint Holman starts to reel in Jackson. Hurt, Hyatt still going at it. Hurt pulls away. Now he'll look to the inside of Mike Densberger.
Grabowski checking out on the field. Jackson Sadoff 2nd, Clint Holman 3rd, Cade Richards 4th. Good battle for the 5th spot with Terry Hurt and Mike Densberger. Densberger loving the high side, but Terry Hurt's going to have a strong advantage as Densberger has a bit of a slip of the grip.
Johnny Sadoff trying to get into the mix as well. Meanwhile, they almost go 3 wide in front of him as Hurt, Densberger, Hyatt, and Sadoff putting on a great show. But up front, it is all Jordan Grabowski now as he has really started to find something on that high line to his liking as he starts to extend it now with 3 to go this time by. Grabowski will work the bottom line of 1 and 2. He'll have to drift up a little bit to try and get around the lap car of Kevin Stack.
Lap traffic may become a factor, but just a few short laps to go in this one.
Off of turn number 4, Hurt still holding on with the advantage over Hyatt, Densberger, and Sadoff. But your leader is going to come through 3 of 4 one final time. White flag is out for Jordan Grabowski, a straightaway lead over Jackson Sadoff.
That battle for 5th still heating up between Hyatt and Terry Hurt.
Down the back straightaway into 3 of 4 one final time. How about a first win of the season for Jordan Grabowski? Jackson Sadoff, Clint Holman, Cade Richards, and Shane Hyatt, your top 5. So how about it, race fans going to Demon Decals Victory Lane? Give it up for Jordan Grabowski.